What would my life look like if I boldly stepped into the best version of myself? You're allowed to choose to feel good every single freaking day. So this morning during my journaling and reading, I'm actually reading Girl on Fire by Kara Alwell. It is a really good book full of incredible questions and stories, and she's just one of my, online mentors. Haven't met her yet, but I am bringing that into reality one of these days. So the question that I journaled this morning was, what would my life look like if I boldly stepped into the best version of myself? And that's a question I've really been asking myself a lot in these past few years, especially with the pandemic coming to an end. I'm sure I'm not the only one. This pandemic has really, really made me get very deep with myself and ask a lot of questions. Before the world went into lockdown, I know we were all most likely in the hustle and bustle of life, trying to keep up with everybody, and all of a sudden, when everything shut down, we were just faced with ourselves. And I know, especially for me, that was very, very uncomfortable, because before all of that happened, I was, not really good with my mental health. I was comparing myself to everybody, and I was just not living the life I wanted to live, even though, anytime I talked to anyone, it was just like, yeah, life's good. I'm getting auditions. I'm doing whatever. But the truth is I was trying to fit in, just like I'm sure everyone else out there, trying to fit in, not rock the boat. Eventually, I will get into a whole conversation about an agent I was with shortly before the pandemic happened, and how it really took a kick to my self-esteem, my mental health. And I didn't want to, I wanted to be normal so that I could, go out for as many auditions as possible, so that people wouldn't look at me funny walking down the street. The city I live in right now, jeans and a t-shirt are, the outfit, which there's nothing wrong with jeans and a t-shirt, but me, I love getting dressed to, not the nines, but I love wearing nice clothes just to go grocery shopping or go out to eat. I remember when my husband and I moved back after we lived in Toronto for a little bit, pretty much every single time we went out to the grocery store, eating out, even to get gas, there were a few times where people would be like, oh, hey, where are you from? You're not from around here, just by looking at our clothes. And we were like, no, we live downtown. And I realized that I missed that, but at the same time, especially, when you start growing a circle of friends around you, you start becoming who you spend the most amount of time with. I don't know who said this quote, but I'm probably going to butcher it, but you're the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with. If you're not clear about who you are, who you want to become, what your boundaries are, you're not kind of set or solid in your dreams and goals, it's very easy to get lost and try to not rock the boat. And there's nothing wrong with rocking the boat. There's nothing wrong with being different than the people who are around you. If anything, it's awesome because it gives other people permission to up-level, or not even up-level, but just live to be their authentic selves. And back to the quote about, what is it like to live boldly? It took me a while this morning because, I am still, as the world's opening up, I am still finding that anytime I try to make a quote unquote bold move to, dress a certain way or speak my mind on a certain topic, I find myself typically running the thought through the filter, running it through all the conversations that I think I'm going to have. And I choose to be that bold version of myself based on whether I think I'll get hurt or not, or if I'll rock the boat too much. And the truth is that keeping all of this stuff inside is doing nobody any favors, because, in that friend group, maybe other people have opinions that they want to share. Maybe they have dreams and goals that they want to share, but because everyone's living the status quo, or saying that the status quo is like the thing, they're not taking that step. They're not taking the action to create the life that gives them excitement. By choosing to live your authentic, bold self, and now keep in mind, living your authentic self is something deeply personal to you. And it really should center around the fact that this is about you, and you are not harming anybody by living your authentic self. You can have differing opinions. You can not see eye to eye, but the truth is, if you want to have the ability to live your true and authentic self, you need to be able to offer that equality or that same respect to someone else. And if you have irreparable differences, or their viewpoint is detrimental or painful to you, that's where you build a boundary. And sometimes the boundary can be, you have to let people leave your life. Sometimes you have to spend less time with these people. Eventually maybe you can sit down and have a conversation with them. But when I say living your bold, authentic self, this is not, in my opinion, this is not a free pass to let you be a dick to anyone, because we have enough of those in the world. We need more people to authentically find joy and love and common ground with people so that we can have conversations. Because I think if we've learned anything over the past few years, people have a hard time having civil conversations about very different topics. And it sucks. And that's just not kind on all parts. And yes, people are choosing to live their bold, authentic selves by having these differing opinions. But if you cannot be kind in your boldness, fuck off. There, I said it. Anyways, back to the living your true bold self. Just kind of sort of meditation sometimes, but a lot of it is just doing some visualizations for the future, or going back to what my big dreams and goals were when I was most happy in my life. And I've found that a lot of these dreams and goals have a specific feeling attached to them. And for me, it's been tapping into that feeling and seeing how I can create that feeling in my day-to-day life. And boldly stepping into it and saying, I deserve to feel this way, rather than deserve to feel bad. Life is going to suck. Bad things are going to happen. That is not something we have any control over. But we don't need to needlessly suffer by saying, oh, well, today I feel good, tomorrow I'm probably going to feel bad. No, you're allowed to choose to feel good every single freaking day. You just need to find what that good is for you. And as you get to know that feeling more and more in your life, in your body, in your relationships, your baseline grows and it gets higher and higher. And that doesn't mean that your lows tank even more. There's just this other level of being. And when you start living in that excited, bold, fulfilling feeling for yourself, you start to see the world differently. You start to see other human beings differently. You take more chances. You create more habits in your life that are so much more exciting. You're willing to spend a little bit more on yourself. You're willing to treat yourself, treat others. This idea of, just questioning, what does your authentic self look like? How can you boldly step into that in your day-to-day life? Because it's not going to be this huge, one day you wake up, you feel so motivated, you feel just you're that person who you want to be. No, it's finding the feeling. It's tapping into it every day, finding the little things that you can do and pull from different life experiences. It's, doing the hard work to change your mindset, change your mentality. It's doing the work to be kind to other people, forgiving others, forgiving yourself. Like, there is this beauty in choosing you, in choosing who you want to be, and shifting, just being the status quo and accepting life for what it is, to becoming the person who you want to be. I know inside each of us there's this dream self of, we have this certain life, it looks a certain way, we feel a certain way, we're surrounded by certain people. And a lot of us get caught up in just like, oh, well, that's either me in the future, or that's never going to happen. That's just, a pipe dream. No, you can make it happen. And you can literally make it happen today by just making the little choices. Because like I said, it's not like you're going to wake up one day and all of that's going to be around you. No, you have to choose every day, just the little things. And I'm going to make a series about how to like start tapping into those little things in different aspects of our lives, because it's been something that I've been working on the last 2 years, and it's really been helping me. I have tried a whole lot of things, a lot of kooky things, and this is actually like legit solid day-to-day actions that you can take, and I think it'll really benefit you. So it'll be cool if you could stick around and join me on this little series. I don't know what it's going to be called yet, but I will let you know, and you will be the first to know. I really hope you took something awesome from this. Leave a comment, let me know your thoughts. You can find me on all my socials at Rebecca Manella. I would love to have a conversation with you, and let me know what's one bold step you're going to take today to move yourself forward and start living a life just full of joy and happiness. Bye. Yeah, it's really hard to not look at myself while I'm doing this, but that's totally okay.